15 strange coincidences that fuel British royal family conspiracy theories. Was Princess Diana's car crash a tragic accident or something more sinister? Is there a connection between the royals and certain secret societies? And what's the deal with all those weird symbols that keep popping up? For centuries, the Windsors have been shrouded in an aura of mystery. But behind the tiaras and fancy carriages, there are whispers of secret societies, hidden agendas, and strange coincidences that just seem too bizarre to be random. Join me as we explore 15 of the strangest coincidences that fuel conspiracy theories about the British royal family. We'll be talking about everything from mysterious fires and untimely deaths to cryptic symbols and doppelgangers that make you question everything you thought you knew. Number 1. The tragic fate of Princess Diana. The death of Diana, Princess of Wales, in a Paris car crash on August 31, 1997, was a tragedy that shook the world. But it was also surrounded by strange coincidences that have fueled conspiracy theories for decades. Just one day before the fatal accident, her companion Dodi Fayed had purchased an expensive engagement ring, sparking rumors they were about to become engaged. In the months prior, Diana had made remarks interpreted by some as premonitions, like telling a friend she worried about reliable sources, suggesting plans to get rid of her. Letters surfaced where she expressed fears of being killed. The official investigation found the crash was caused by paparazzi pursuit and the driver's intoxication. But many refused to accept this, believing sinister forces were behind Diana's death in a planned assassination. Prime suspects include the British royal family, who allegedly wanted her out of the picture after her divorce from King Charles when he was Prince of Wales. Others point fingers at MI6 or even Mohammed Al Fayed's business rivals as potential orchestrators of foul play against his son Dodi and Diana. Despite numerous investigations, these dark conspiracy theories endure. Number 2. The Queen Mother and Wallis Simpson's shared birthday. Elizabeth Bowes-Lyon, the wife of King George VI, and Wallis Simpson, the American divorcee for whom King Edward VIII famously abdicated the throne in 1936, were both born on the exact same day, August 4, 1896. For some, this raises questions beyond mere happenstance. Conspiracy theorists see the shared birthday as evidence of hidden sinister connections between the two women's lives that went unrevealed to the public. Some believe it's a sign of reincarnating souls or parallel lives playing out karmic circumstances. More nefarious theorists allege Wallis Simpson's circle colluded to produce a backup woman like the Queen Mother in case things went awry with Edward VIII's plan to marry his intended American bride. While most dismiss this as speculative nonsense, the incredible shared birthday between these two iconic 20th century royal figures continues to stoke imaginations. Number 3. The Curse of the Koh-i-Noor Diamond. Among the priceless gems of the British crown jewels, one stands out as arguably the most infamous: the Koh-i-Noor Diamond. This 105-carat precious stone's bloody origin story from ancient India is believed by many to have cursed it with negative metaphysical energy. Lore states the diamond will bring great misfortune to any male ruler who attempts to wear or own it. History seems to support this notion. From India's ancient Hindu rulers being violently overthrown after taking possession of the gem, to the litany of male British monarchs who suffered greatly after the diamond entered royal hands in 1849, deposition, premature death, scandal, the so-called Mountain of Light diamond's past owners met dark fates. After seeing sons, grandsons, and husbands die young or under tragic circumstances when she first donned the Koh-i-Noor, a superstitious Queen Victoria went as far as designating it a cursed stone. While science obviously dismisses such folklore, the diamond's real-life history of misery lends the curse theory an air of enduring mystique. Number 4. Jack the Ripper's potential royal connections. Of all the unsolved murder mysteries in history, few have captivated armchair sleuths quite like the heinous Jack the Ripper killings in 1888 London. Among the swirl of theories over the centuries attempting to unmask the Ripper's true identity, one particularly stands out, the suspect being Queen Victoria's grandson, Prince Albert Victor, Duke of Clarence. To theorists, signs pointed to a royal cover-up to protect the crown. Key evidence includes Albert Victor's suspected mental illness and surgical skill explaining the violent mutilations, as well as his whereabouts in Whitechapel coinciding with the murder dates. But most damningly, conspiracy buffs cite Alice, Princess of Monaco's reputed deathbed confession that she was an unwitting alibi for Albert Victor during the murders, suggesting a far-reaching palace conspiracy. Some theorists take things further into wild speculative territory, implicating the Ripper murders as part of an ancient royal ritualistic blood cult sacrifice. While such ideas are firmly in fringe territory, the mere possibility of a darkly deranged cover-up for the crown adds extra allure to the Ripper mystery. Number 5. Meghan Markle and Wallis Simpson's unsettling parallels. When Prince Harry announced his intention to marry divorced American actress Meghan Markle, comparisons were immediately drawn to another famous transatlantic marriage scandal, King Edward VIII's abdication in 1936 to wed Wallis Simpson. Like the twice-divorced Wallis, Meghan's status as a Hollywood celebrity divorcee set her union with the younger British royal against traditional expectations. But soon the comparisons took an even more unsettling turn amid accusations of racism and xenophobia plaguing Meghan's entrance into the royal family. Parallels deepened as Meghan and Harry permanently exited royal life amidst isolation and alienation reminiscent of how Edward and Wallis were treated as pariah figures. This sparked allegations of Meghan facing harsher, racially motivated treatment versus Wallis due to her biracial identity, especially after leaked conversations revealed shockingly racist attitude from at least one senior royal. Some conspiracy theorists go so far as to allege an actual campaign of cruelty organized by the palace against Meghan, prompted by lessons learned from the Edward Wallis abdication debacle. Whether based in truth or merely perception, the eerie Wallis parallel cemented Meghan's status as a royal outlier. Number 6. Hidden messages in the Queen's outfits. The late Queen Elizabeth was well known for her bold fashion choices, frequently stepping out in bright monochrome outfits of a single vibrant color. While some saw it merely as an easy way for the diminutive monarch to stand out in crowds, others began detecting patterns that allegedly revealed coded messages being secretly sent by Her Majesty's sartorial selections. For example, the Queen wore a bright yellow outfit during a 1994 parade marking the official start of the Commonwealth Games hosted by Canada. This led to theories she was silently protesting by wearing the colors of the separatist Québécois movement. At the 2017 Remembrance Day ceremony, her vibrant green coat and hat were interpreted by some as expressing environmental commentary by repressing green issues. More recently, in 2022, her blue ensemble at the British Parliament state opening was seen as advocating subtle support for Ukraine against Russia's invasion. Number 7. King Charles' uncanny resemblance. Paintings and portraits offer us mere glimpses into the physical appearances of historical figures from centuries ago. So when a present-day member of the British royal family bears a striking resemblance to their ancestor from ages past, it inevitably sparks awe and theorizing over the cause of such an uncanny likeness spanning generations. This is the case with newly crowned King Charles' face, seemingly almost an exact duplicate of ancient depictions of King Henry VII from the 1500s. Beyond just sharing similar features like a long, thin face and hooked noses, bizarre, almost identical peculiarities manifest. Both Charles and portraits of Henry VII share the same hairline, with protruding veins visible on their foreheads, small turned-down mouths, and slightly bulbous noses. Even details like their slouching postures are echoed across half a millennium. This bizarre reincarnation effect blew many minds upon comparisons circulating online and in media reports as Charles assumed the throne. Number 8. The Queen's immortal status. For decades leading up to her passing in September 2022 at age 96, seemingly infatigable Queen Elizabeth began to take on an almost mythic immortal status in the public's imagination. With her longevity rewriting the record books as the longest-reigning British monarch, the Queen appeared to simply never quit or slow down well into her autumnal years. Her determination to keep charging into advanced ages with packed schedules and extensive traveling defied expectations around traditional declines in one's later years. This seeming imperviousness to passing time sparked numerous tongue-in-cheek quips, pondering if the queen possessed a somehow hidden secret to longevity. More whimsical minds wondered if Her Majesty's remarkable endurance stemmed from some mystical royal trait or elixir passed down through her bloodline's dynastic heritage. These theories ranged from magical thinking about transcendent spirits guiding the royals to pseudoscientific claims about robust genetics augmented by rarefied lifestyles of privilege and specialist medical care available to monarchs. Number 9. Nostradamus and eerily precise royal predictions. In a world before modern data science, famed 16th century astrologer and seer Nostradamus made a name attempting to divine the future through interpretations of celestial patterns and symbolic writing called quatrains. While his quatrains are related to major events like apocalyptic wars and have proven vague enough to apply to multiple scenarios, a couple stand out for their precise, apparent predictions around British royal events and lives. Most striking is Quatrain 8, verse 97, translated as, "From the memorials of the Holocaust and from the royal ecclesiastical, the English 100-year-old lady will be born in 14 years, and the southern prosperity." Not only did this allegedly foretell the birth year of 1926 for the future Queen Elizabeth's reign, but the 100-year-old lady part also seems to pinpoint her death, happening around age 96 in 2022 after over 70 years on the throne. Number 10. The hidden symbolism of the Tudor Rose. With its ancient origins entwined with the Wars of the Roses power struggle, the iconic Tudor rose, adopted as an enduring royal symbol, has decoratively graced British monarchy emblems and edifices for centuries. But beneath its surface-level representation of uniting the red rose of Lancaster with the white rose of York, some believe deeper hidden symbolism and esoteric meanings exist, encoded within the 5-petaled heraldic rose's distinctive design. Most intriguing are its ties to sacred geometries like the Pythagorean pentagram and pentagrams found across ancient cultures, signifying mathematical perfection, circularity, and other mystical cosmetological principles. This has led to theories the 5-petaled Tudor rose secretly carries messages, allegories, or compartmentalized knowledge relating to occult mysteries, numerology precepts, or even cryptic astrological lore inherited from the Tudor dynasty's roots. Number 11. Fire omens and Windsor Castle. When a raging fire broke out at Windsor Castle in 1992, it did more than just inflict substantial damage to the royal residence's grounds and priceless artworks. To many, the dramatic blaze carried darker symbolic overtones foreshadowing upheaval within the monarchy itself. This was due to the fact that 1992 was the same year that saw an unprecedented trio of royal marriages crumble: the separations of Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson, Princess Anne and Mark Phillips, and most pivotally, the highly public dissolution of the union between King Charles and Princess Diana. The coincidental timing of this devastating castle fire, the same year the fairy tale crumbled for Charles and Diana, prompted theories it was an actual supernatural omen or harbinger of looming crisis for the House of Windsor. More extreme conspiracy theorists go so far as to suggest the conflagration may have even been intentionally set by shadowy forces, hoping to metaphysically cleanse or tear down the tarnished institution. Still, others believe any ritual associations were completely circumstantial, but that the duality of the castle's external beauty masking internal decay simply manifested itself in literal fashion through the fire's destruction. Number 12. The number 23 and royal deaths. To the wildly speculative numerology circles that seek to divine cosmic meanings in the prevalence of certain numbers, perhaps no single digit carries darker mystical weight within British royal history than the number 23. From the assassination dates of monarchs to the ages they perished or their consecutive sovereign numbers on official regnal lists, these theorists have unearthed an alarming pattern of the ominous 23 code, being imprinted again and again on pivotal royal tragedies across the centuries. Among the most cited examples are King Henry VIII being officially recognized as the 23rd monarch since the Norman conquest of 1066, while his mother Elizabeth of York met her demise on February 11th, with the day's numerical value of 211 equating to 23. The supremely superstitious William Shakespeare seemed to reference this when having his stage version of Lady Macbeth obsessively repeating the 23 number before descending into madness after supposed blood-soaked visions. But more recently, the car crash that claimed the life of Princess Diana occurred on August 31st, with 8 plus 3 plus 1 symbolizing the ill-fated 23. Her infamous televised BBC Panorama interview where she first opened up about struggles in her marriage to King Charles happened on November 20th, 1995, with the day's date value being the 23rd. Number 13. Predictive pop culture leaks. In an era where viral internet memes can seemingly become reality shows overnight and presidential Twitter joke candidates actually mount political campaigns, strange parallels sometimes emerge between outlandish fictional pop culture depictions and subsequent real-world events. This phenomenon of life imitating art in absurdist fashion has reared its head repeatedly concerning the ongoing drama surrounding the British royal family. It's led to lively debate over whether some supposed cases of prescient pop culture predictions are more than just mere consequences. The best-known example remains the string of bizarre scenarios depicted years earlier on The Simpsons that then materialized in awfully similar ways. Everything from specifics around the 2014 Sochi Olympics malfunctioning set piece to Donald Trump ascending to the U.S. presidency to the commonly shared viral clip where they depicted a fictional Prince of England scandalously abandoning the royal family, just like how Meghan Markle's estrangement played out. Other uncanny examples include historical novelists like Kathleen Windsor having their dramatized fiction plots unknowingly parallel then unfolding real royal family scandals soon after publication. Number 14. The Lost Princes in the Tower. Of all the dark unsolved mysteries gripping the bloody conspiratorial narratives of the British royal family's medieval history, few captivate imaginations quite like the chilling case of the Princes in the Tower. The peculiar 1483 disappearance of 12-year-old King Edward V and his 10-year-old brother Richard, Duke of York, from the Tower of London has sparked centuries of rampant speculation over whether they fell victim to a ruthless high-level political assassination plot or perhaps even more sinister fates. The background saw the two boys' father, King Edward IV, unexpectedly pass away, with their uncle Richard taking the throne in controversial fashion as Richard III, despite the rightful line of descent flowing to Edward V as the eldest male heir. This suspicious power grab while the young king and his brother took lodging in the Tower has fueled rampant theories their uncle orchestrated the pair's swift permanent disappearance and possible clandestine murders to eliminate threats to his new regime. But no conclusive evidence beyond some partial skeletal remains emerging from the Tower's premises long after ever identified their definite killer. Number 15. The Mystery of Lord Lucan. In the annals of Britain's high society true crime sagas, few cases remain as perplexing and steeped in unanswered questions as the overnight 1974 disappearance of John Bingham, the 7th Earl of Lucan, a dashing aristocratic known to rub shoulders with the likes of Sir Michael Caine and John Aspinall in the upper echelons of London's elite social circle. The mystery began on the night of November 7th, when Lucan's children's nanny Sandra Rivet was watching over his two young daughters. By most accounts, the unsuspecting Rivet encountered an imposingly tall, hooded male assailant savagely beating her with a lead pipe as she moved through the home's basement. While wounded and drifting in and out of consciousness, Rivet recounts making out Lord Lucan's distinct hawkish profile amid the flickering shadows attacking her. Hours later, Lucan's wife Veronica arrived home from an evening out to the unconscionable scene, with both the bloodied nanny and her husband nowhere to be found. In the ensuing high-profile global manhunt for the missing aristocrat spanning years, alleged sightings of Lord Lucan were reported from as far afield as Australia and India to Ireland and South Africa, leading some to theorize he successfully orchestrated an escape, potentially aided by powerful outside conspirators, establishing a new life under an assumed identity abroad. But others suspect the sightings are simply cases of mistaken identity, with more chilling theories putting forth the notion Lucan may have met with foul play at the hands of the same underground forces enabling his flight to begin with in order to muffle the incident permanently. What do you make of all these intriguing coincidences we covered? Which one struck you as the most plausible or most far-fetched? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. Let me know, and also be sure to smash that like button if you enjoyed this conspiracy-filled Royals episode. Share this video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for more entertaining videos. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you legends in the next video. Bye!